This is something as we have fans of this band and these artists have been waiting a long time for, but it's finally here. Boygenuis with their debut album called The Record. It's simple, I know, but I think it's fitting because basically they're telling people who have waited a long time for this thing, here it is, here's the record in full. Now, who is Boygenuis? It's a trio of musicians composed of Julien Baker, Lucy Dacus, and Phoebe Bridgers, all of whom kind of do the similar type of indie music, but each of them do something different that I think always adds to Boygenuis' sound in one way or another. All three of them sing, and all three of them do instrumentation. They just always end up doing a nice job with whatever it is that they are creating. And with this new album, we really get that in full effect here. It's 12 tracks, and throughout tracks 1 through 12, you're just blown away by the musicianship. I mean, it kicks off with Without You, Without Them, which is more of an a cappella type song, and then we go right into $20, which was one of the couple of songs that I had heard before the record, and was very intrigued with me because this one is probably how I would put it as the loudest song on the record. It's kind of them going more of a rock type sound, less indie, and more alternative, I guess you can say. It's not necessarily fully alternative, but when we talk about the intense song on the record, this is it. You just got such great musicianship throughout. Other songs on here that do really good. I love the song True Blood. Cool about it. Revolution Zero. We even get this minute and 43-second song called Leonard Cohen. Satanist is a fantastic song that kind of splits itself up into two parts. It really just, catches your attention from start to finish. We're in Love is a nice almost 5-minute song that kind of, goes through listing about why, these people are in love and, how it doesn't feel real in one way or another. Anti-Curse and then Letter to an Old Poet, they close the album out, and they just do a nice job, I think, being two completely different songs from each other, and it just kind of, makes the album feel complete in so many ways. I feel like Lucy, Phoebe, Jillian, they're just all on point, and there's some songs where one will just take lead vocals all the way through. There's others where about two of them will sing, and then there's songs where, they're all just kind of, duetting with each other, and it all just sounds very nice, very atmospheric, and it never really takes you out of the record, even though most of these songs are made to kind of, I guess, mellow you out in one way or another. You're also supposed to have these different feelings. There's songs on here where you're supposed to feel happy, and songs where you're supposed to feel sad, and songs where you're supposed to feel angry. They just incorporate that in so many different ways that I think this album just is filled with gems, and just from start to finish is amazing. What does that mean for this album? Well, I know I'm uploading this on April 1st, so it may seem like an April Fool's joke, but I can assure you it is not. I'm being 100% serious here because this isn't a rating I just throw out there often. This rating is usually, for like the best records. Usually when you go back and look at a record that's like really historic, most people would rate it this. It's usually the new releases that I don't give this record because I feel like there's always flaws in new releases, so it's very hard to give it the ranking that I'm going to give it now. As Boygenuis' debut album, The Record, gets a perfect score, 10 out of 10. There was just not a whole lot that I disliked enough to bring the score down, and considering I pretty much loved every single song on this record, it just had to be that way. And so far, we're 9 albums into month number 4, and this is my album of the year, and I've had some other artists that I like release something before them, and just to say that Boygenuis is ahead of them, yeah, it's been a really good year for me thus far when it comes to new music releases, but this one, well worth the hype, and I definitely would recommend that you give a listen to this album in particular. But that's just my thoughts on this. You can tell me in the comments below what did you think, and until then, stay safe out there, and I will catch you all in the next one.